I cut my finger splitting some wood, and it was actually bleeding pretty bad. So we didn't. It wasn't really like we needed to call 911. Excuse me. Um, so we went to my urgent care. So I went in, and they make it as like difficult as possible to be seen. I had to wait a really long time, and I had a pretty decent cut going. I had wrapped it up and had a rag over it and did everything as best I could. So you come in and you sign into a computer first. First thing you do is you sign into a computer. The lady at the front desk says, "No, no, no, I can't help you. You need to sign in there first." So you go and sign in. Then she asks for your information again: first name, last name, address, and that, which you just filled out in the computer. She said, "Sir, that will be $160." So I handed her the money, and almost a little bit of blood almost went on the money. She did not care whatsoever at all. And cash, by the way, cash, not the card, cash. So then I proceed, and no one else is in the office. There's no one in front of us. There was no one else in the parking lot. So I go in, and now I'm just sitting there, trying to, not panic and keep your blood pressure down and whatnot, and just say like, okay, I feel a little bit better now that I'm here, and now that they're aware of it. I had to wait sitting there bleeding for like an hour, over an hour. They just did not give a shit at all. Did not give a shit. Then you go into the waiting room and they still don't give a shit. You just wait hours. I had to wait like 4 hours for them to do about 30 minutes of work, including cleaning it out and letting it soak. But the actual time to do the stitches and all that was not, it didn't take long at all. It should have been pretty much a simple thing. Put some of that numbing agent on it, throw some stitches on there, wrap it up. You're good to go. That took so long. So my other friend that brought me and the guy that works for me, he's from Russia. And he was like, "This is embarrassing." They were like ready to let you bleed out before anyone even gave a shit. And like, I don't know why they call it urgent care. He was literally saying, "Why do they call it urgent care?" He's like, "That's the last thing they should call it." And no one gave a shit. Like, it actually felt like a real, almost like a humiliation ritual or something. And I didn't want to get mad and cause some type of scene or something, because then they'd say, "Okay, now you need to be kicked out." Because I like passed out in the waiting room. So, kind of like twice I passed out. Not in the lobby, like in the waiting room. Because I was like, "Can you guys just hurry this up and just, get this going?" Like, I would see how I'm bleeding here. Can we just like try to stop some of this? Then I could even pay for the shit like after that and everything. But can we get this going first? This is the whole point of urgent care, is they would help you do something like this. So it's just very frustrating. So I ended up having to take, and the good thing is, I will give them this. It was only like $160. That was pretty good. Even though it wasn't, it shouldn't have taken that long how to do anything. So, I just decided today I'm going to just remove the stitches on my own. And it was actually pretty easy to do. I'm not going to go back there and deal with so another thing too, my friend noticed when he was in there that when I was in there being worked on for like 3 hours, seemed like for like a long time to do like 10 minutes of work, probably even way less than that. So he noticed that a few people came and then left. And they said like, "Well, we made an appointment for this time," and they just waited. I could not believe how they only had one doctor there, and none of the nurses or anyone gave a shit at all. At all. Almost like they were a complete just robot. It was really kind of profound experience. But this is just your local urgent care guys. This is probably what most of them are like: incompetent, lazy, don't care when you're bleeding. They like didn't care at all. And I'm not, I'm not someone who's like the best with blood and stuff like that, but I'm not like a pussy. I wasn't like making a big deal out of it. It didn't really hurt that bad, but like, I was like, can we just, you know, if you saw someone get hurt, you would try to help them stop the bleeding first, even if they were, it's just the fact that I even have to explain any of this to anybody is the problem. So that, and that does not summarize all of healthcare in America by any means, not at all. That's for someone who just had something cheap. They didn't want to go to the hospital and get a bigger hospital bill and stuff like that. And it was a thing I actually had to go for. I tried to kind of like take care of it on my own, of course, and that really wasn't working. So this is a thing like I did have to go in for, because there are a lot of other people who go in for things that they maybe shouldn't have to go in for. So I can see how that can clog up the system, but this case it wasn't clogged at all. So that has kind of shown me the lack of care between people. They just didn't really care. And that will echo through everything. And it really shows, like, even if this was like a mechanic shop or something else, like you just doing anything, a subway, you figured they would like kind of like care. They seem to care like a little bit. People just don't care sometimes. And it's like really unbelievable.